Hola, bienvenidas a todas aquellas personas que nos siguen en esta transmisión que se realiza en el marco de la Feria Internacional del Libro. Continuamos hoy justamente con la serie de jornadas en torno a los títeres y que lleva por título El arte de los títeres, dramaturgia, divulgación y memoria. Les recordamos que esta serie de actividades se están realizando a distancia y que han surgido justamente de la necesidad de revisar y de dar cuenta de los distintos esfuerzos, de los testimonios también, de los proyectos de investigación y de todo aquello que tiene que ver con el amplio espectro de lo que es la práctica del títere. Y para ello siempre nos estamos refiriendo en estas jornadas o nos estamos ubicando desde la evidente base que tiene esta práctica y que es la representación escénica y que por ende en no pocas ocasiones suele diluirse entre otras variantes del teatro, pese a que los títeres pues han estado presentes desde hace ya varios siglos en distintas culturas y en distintos países. Y bueno, bajo esta perspectiva nos hemos dado a la tarea de reunir a una serie de expertos en su ámbito, divulgadores, creadores, investigadores, docentes también, que han estado haciendo una ardua labor misma que hoy en día nos permite vislumbrar un panorama justamente del estado actual de estas prácticas del títere y todo lo que sucede alrededor de ello. Y bueno, estaremos todavía con varias charlas, con presentaciones, con discusiones y con presentaciones del libro. Y el día de hoy justamente vamos a tener la presentación de un proyecto maravilloso que es la revista Kuklart. Y para ello tenemos el día de hoy a tres invitados maravillosos que van a estar aquí alentando esta discusión y estas reflexiones. Por un lado, me gustaría darle la bienvenida a Mijail Baikov. Él es editor en jefe de esta revista Kuklart Magazine, que surge en Bulgaria. Y tenemos también a Natalia Alexieva, quien es autora en esta revista y que nos estará contando un poquito de su trabajo. Y le damos también la más cordial bienvenida a Susi López de la Asociación ANFA, Asociación Mexicana de Formas Animadas. Y bueno, para dar inicio ya a esta sesión, le cedo la palabra a Susi López para que nos platique un poquito de la trayectoria de nuestros invitados. Susi, bienvenida.
Muchas gracias, Adri. Bueno, pues primero que nada, agradecerles su presencia a todos los invitados y comentarle a nuestro público que la importancia, la relevancia de esta jornada, de estas jornadas en torno al teatro de títeres, es justamente la relevancia que tiene el pasar de una práctica efímera, como suele ser el teatro, ponerla en papel y presentarla en investigaciones, en documentación, en revistas como esta tan hermosa que es la de Kuklart. Entonces me voy a permitir leerles un poco sobre el currículum de Mijail, que es una estupenda persona, un artista muy talentoso y bueno, no solo artista. Él es teatrólogo, administrador teatral, tiene una formación especializada en estudios nórdicos, un doctorado en estudios teatrales y arte teatral por la escuela NATFA, perdón, NAFTA se llama. También ha estudiado gestión teatral y, por supuesto, se ha tenido que especializar también en otros idiomas, ¿no? En ruso, en francés, en inglés. Y bueno, dentro de su desarrollo profesional es director del Teatro Juvenil Nikolai Binev. Lo ha sido desde 2022 hasta actualmente, lo sigue desarrollando. Anteriormente fue el director adjunto para este teatro juvenil. También ha sido profesor asistente de historia del teatro de marionetas o de títeres y de la materia análisis de la representación teatral, justamente en esta universidad NATFA. Eh, ha sido redactor y redactor en jefe, bueno, redactor desde 2014 hasta hoy en día para la revista Puppet Magazine y es su editor en jefe desde 2020. También coordinó el proyecto Metropolitan Opera en directo desde Nueva York para Bulgaria durante 5 años, entre 2014 y 2019, y trabajó como experto de actividades internacionales en el Teatro Nacional Iván Basov, además de coordinar los invitados internacionales. Previo a eso, desde 2008 hasta 2012, coordinador de invitados internacionales, y luego se convirtió en el experto de actividades internacionales. Tiene por ahí varios premios, yo solo voy a mencionar dos, el de Nai Nai sobre estudios teatrales en el NATFA, y bueno, pues que ha participado en decenas de festivales, también como jurado, como curador, etcétera. Entonces, bienvenida, Mijail, muchísimas gracias por tu participación. Y ahora me voy a permitir hablarles de Natalia, que también es otra escritora, artista en activo. Bueno, ella cursó su grado de maestría en la Academia Nacional de Filme y Teatro, Academia de las Artes Nacional, como gerente en artes performativas y las industrias de las artes. Previamente, su grado de licenciatura está en estudios del teatro y gerencia teatral en la Academia Nacional de Teatro y Filme, que es la misma que les comentaba hace rato con Mijail, la NATFA, National Academy de Theatre and Film and Arts. Bueno, también habla por supuesto inglés, italiano, su propio búlgaro. Y en cuanto a su experiencia profesional, ella ha sido desde 2021 hasta el día de hoy la gerente y coordinadora de relaciones internacionales para el Festival de Teatro Internacional de Títeres para Adultos, Pierrot, en Stara Zagora, Bulgaria. Y también ha sido secretaria, ha pertenecido bueno, sí, secretaria del Comité Ejecutivo de UNIMA Bulgaria, que como hemos visto en otras sesiones, UNIMA es la Unión Internacional de la Marioneta, un gremio internacional que que nos agrupa a titiriteros y artistas escénicos de todo el mundo. También ella ha sido dramaturga para el Teatro Stara Zagora desde 2021 a la fecha. Anteriormente fue su experta en relaciones públicas para el Teatro de Títeres Estatal de Sliven, y también ha sido autora y gerente junior de este proyecto fantástico de la revista Kuklart desde septiembre de 2017 a la fecha. Entonces, como pueden ver, estamos hablando de gente sumamente preparada, profesionales del arte del títere, y es un honor tenerlos con nosotros. It is an honor, after reading these wonderful working semblances about you two, it is an honor to have you, and we are very glad that people in Mexico and in the Americas get to know the projects you are working in Bulgaria. So, Mijail, the microphone is yours. What will you tell us about?
First of all, I would like to thank you for your invitation. It's a really great pleasure and great honor for us to have a chance to have a possibility and opportunity to present our work, to present our magazine, and of course to be part of this amazing book fair. I hope that the people who are going to listen our conversation today, they will have really interested about what we are going to talk. And as you already mentioned in our curriculums, there's a lot of activities that we made the previous years, but maybe the most important ones for us, for both of us, is the puppet theater and all activities that we explore in the world of the puppet theater. One of the most important of this is the Bulgarian puppet magazine, Kuklart, which is actually a name created by the two separate words, one for puppet, which Bulgarian word is kukla, and one for art, which is art. So Kuklart is the name of the Bulgarian puppet theater magazine. I don't know if we can right now share the screen of
Please do.
our very small and beautiful presentation made by Natalia Alexieva. Nati, could you please, if you can assist with the presentation? It was very important for Bulgaria. Bulgaria is, first of all, let's say that Bulgaria is one of the countries, one of the founding countries of Unima International. Unima International, as Susie mentioned, it was founded in 1929, and it's the oldest theater organization in the world. This is the organization that is responsible for all puppet artists in the world. And in 1929, in Prague, in Czech Republic, it was founded. And one of the founding countries of this organization is Bulgaria. So Bulgaria is very proud to be part of Unima from the very beginning. And the other things that it's very important for us is that this National Academy for Theatre and Film Arts, NATFA, which you already mentioned twice, is one of the fewest academy in the world that have a higher education in puppet art, in puppetry in general. Moreover, the Bulgarian education of higher education of puppetry is the third in the world after Czechoslovakia, when it was founded the first in Damu University in 1958. Then it's St. Petersburg in Russia, and the third place where the higher education in puppetry is founded in the world is again Bulgaria. So these two very important for a puppetry world situation, like being a founding country and being one of the countries that have a higher education in acting in puppetry, directing in puppetry, and scenography in puppetry, made us people who really wanted to have a special theater magazine. So this was a long story idea. And in 2028, it was launched the first edition of Kuklart, founded by Kyriakos Argyropoulos, who was the longtime director of the Sofia Puppet Theater. This is the oldest and one of the most important puppetry theaters in Bulgaria. So this magazine, the first one, was founded over there. The idea from the very beginning was to have edition twice in the year, but unfortunately, the whole people are really very busy. So we have finally opportunity to have it once in the year. So this was the beginning. After that, next slide, please. After that, we have a, let's say, editorial board, which is made by very important and very special people working in the field of puppetry in Bulgaria, theater directors, theater scenographers, puppetry actors and actresses. So this editorial team helped actually the long-term editor-in-chief, who was Nicola Vandov, from the beginning of the magazine from 2008 till 2019, was his mandate being an editor-in-chief. And after that, from 2019, I start from the very beginning, of course, I was an author in the magazine. And then I became, let's say, contributor of the magazine, helping with finding new authors, finding very important or interesting topics for the Bulgarian magazine, trying to find really interesting information coming from abroad, festivals, interesting and very popular authors, which we can translate to Bulgarian. So it was my supporting role in the magazine. And after that, in 2019, I became editor-in-chief of the magazine. The interesting part is that from the very beginning, all these 18 editions, Maya Georgieva is the graphic designer of the magazine. And she's the person who is responsible for the body of the magazine. So all we can see inside this beautiful magazine, it's actually made by her, page by page, and every page has his own design, which she give us like a opportunity to have a really interesting body of the magazine. What we can say, and you can see it on the next slide, is very interesting content and sections that are part of the body of the magazine. They are essential, and they are presenting from the first of the issue, which was founded in 2020, launched in 2020, in 28, and till today we have the same sections, which I will invite my colleague Natalia to present each of it. And then we're gonna switch to the next part of the magazine.
Excellent. Allow me to say that all these aesthetics and contents are fantastic. They are an excellent way to keep all this knowledge concise and concrete within a magazine that can be saved, because it gets to be so pretty. You really want to save it for later, to come back many times to it. Natalia,
so let's continue with the content and sections. As Michael said already, they've been the same through the whole period from the beginning till now. And let's start with the most important one, I think, the theory, history, and debate. It includes a more in-depth analysis and articles and studies by professionals in the field of theater critics, and also not only critics, but also scenographers and directors. In the next section, personalities, it includes interviews with mainly with Bulgarian artists. It's more often than not, the section is has a specific focus. Like for example, one of the years it was focused on Bulgarian scenography. So the interviews included Bulgarian scenographers through the years and interviews with them, but it also includes interviews with international artists. The next one, it's pretty important for Bulgaria, and I think because we have a wide spectrum of different festivals and forums. So there's not only critical reviews for the whole festivals, but also festival reports, and the programs of the festival each year are published. So it's kind of not only critical reviews of it, but also an archive of the festivals. A really interesting one for me, where I was first invited to write for, is the review section, where there are published a lot of critic articles on performances who are staged through the year in Bulgaria, but not only. So it gives an opportunity for a lot of new and upcoming critics to express their feelings and views on performances. The next one is information. It's a comprehensive annual repertory list of all puppet productions in Bulgaria that are staged in the state puppet theaters, and also in the independent puppetry scene. And not to forget, the In Memoriam pays tribute to the late puppetry artists.
Excellent, excellent. A very comprehensive content for the magazine.
So I think, Mikhail, maybe you could speak about the visual identity of the issue.
Yes, about the visual identity, it's a very interesting story. When we start the magazine, on the cover of each new edition, we put it a picture. And this picture, it's coming from one of the theaters in Bulgaria. We have a lot of theaters in Bulgaria, as Natalia said. We have something like 15 state theaters and more than 20. These 15 theaters, they are fully subsidized by the Ministry of Culture. They produce they produce a lot of performances. And we have also this independent and private puppetry organization, which also have a lot of information, a lot of performances that they made annually. And when the new edition of the magazine just come out, the editors of chief, the graphic designers, we started to think what to put on the cover of the magazine. And it became a really mess, because when you put some picture from one theater, the other one started to argue and to be very mad. Why you choose this show? Why exactly we never present on the cover of the magazine? So it became every time a lot of problems. And instead of becoming some kind of very festive atmosphere that the new edition of the magazine just came out, we have a lot of problems with the theaters because of choosing one picture instead from one performance instead of other ones. That's why we have take a decision in the 2018 just to change completely the idea and to stop producing on the cover of the magazine photos of coming from the theaters presenting different shows. We decide to invite a very famous illustrators or artists to paint or to draw an illustration specially made for the Bulgarian puppetry magazine Kuklart. Of course, the idea is adopted by the very famous art magazine, New Yorker, who is famous with these covers made by Sempe, by the French artist. So we find our best illustrators in Bulgaria. Of course, we have a lot of schools and academies for fine arts in Bulgaria. So we have a lot of illustrators, a lot of painters, and we can choose from a variety of professionals in this field. So we start in 2018 to invite people, and then all of them start to draw a unique illustration, especially for us. And as you can see, we have some really beautiful covers which are made especially by for us, and it gives us really, so they stop to be angry, the people from the state theaters. We have one more platform which we give to the Bulgarian artists, like to draw something which they made especially for us. The only topic which we give like information, it's something that should be related to the puppetry. So the puppet art and puppetry is the only idea that they have from the very beginning. So they can illustrate it whatever they want. So it's a democracy. And of course, the result, as you can see, It's wonderful, and we're really happy to have some of them. Just keep in your mind that some of them, they are really celebrities in their field, in their art. So to be authors of our covers, it's really very great honor for us. What I can see next, it's about one very special edition that we have, and we made it for the previous Congress of UNIMA. This was the digital Congress, which expected to be in 2020, but according to the COVID-19 situation, it skipped for 2029. So for the very first time in our history, we made a very special edition, a bilingual edition of Kuklart, which was made of two of the three official languages of UNIMA, English and French. Unfortunately, we didn't have a time and enough money to do it in Spanish as well. But for the next Congress, I hope we can do it. It was really very special edition, this one in 2020, because we make first of all, trying to keep the same section, we make a panoramic article outlines the historical development of the Bulgarian puppet theater, which has more than 130 years story of existing. Then we have a very important spot of the education, the beginning and evaluation of the puppet theater education. As I told you already, in 1962, the Theater Academy in Sofia has his first people who are finishing this master degree of acting for puppetry. Also, we have a very important information about the all puppet theater festivals in Bulgaria. As I already mentioned a lot of times, we have more than 15 professional puppet theater festivals for which are held in Bulgaria. More of them are biennial. It's happening every 2 years. And of course, one of it, like this one, the oldest one, the Golden Dolphin, which was created in 1972. It was founded in 1972. This is the oldest one. It's happening in every 3 years in Bulgaria. And also in this bilingual edition, we make interviews with the general managers of all these state puppet theater and drama puppet theaters for who we already talk, and given a really essential core of the Bulgarian puppetry. Of course, this bilingual edition was made by two artists. The covers, the English cover, which we cannot see right now, it was made by Kapka Kaneva, who is a specialist in the field of paper. So she creates artworks all made by paper, yes. And the French one, it was made by Kalina Muhuva, who is also really, yes, it was made like sewing the whole this let's say personages from different storytells. And going on the next information, as we already mentioned, Bulgaria is a really very important country according to the global puppetry. one of the things that we are really proud to have in our magazine is this very reserved place for critics. We give a floor for theater critics. We give them a speech to write whatever they want to write about the most important or most interesting puppetry shows that they already seen in Bulgaria or whatever in abroad. And they have an opportunity to write it free in this section for critical writing, which is important. Why? Because in Bulgaria there's not a lot of place where we can publish a critical reviews. Not in the general magazines, not in the internet platforms. So Kuklart Magazine, for now, is the only one place in Bulgaria that you can write critical reviews about key performances. And moving on the next, it's about the funding. And here I'm going to give again the floor to my lovely colleague Natalia. She will speak a little bit about how we actually find the money for our magazine.
Well, I've not been with the magazine from the very beginning, but I know that it was really hard to start because every independent magazine needs a lot of funding to make a good published edition. So the first editions I know were funded from the membership fees collected from all the members of the Unima Center of Bulgaria, but gradually over, I think, the past decade or more than a decade, its funding has shifted to a project-based model, not only because there were more opportunities, but I think there were more younger people started working for the magazine, so they started searching for like opportunities to go bigger and to search for ways to, like Mikhail said before, to make it better, bigger and better. So we've worked together on some projects from the National Culture Fund in Bulgaria. It's been quite active since COVID, but we've also searched for funding from Sofia Culture program, and I think a few times from the Ministry of Culture. So it's a struggle each year, but for the past 10 years or so, I think we've successfully won some big projects, and we managed to do a lot of work on upgrading the published edition of the magazine. And with that, I think
allow me to say these are two very smart moves.
Yes, sorry, I can't see you. That's
yes. Yeah, no, okay, yes, sorry. I just wanted to comment that these are very smart moves, you know, where, when you have a project such as beautiful, with such a beautiful result as this, then you have the grounds to keep asking for support, because this work is giving beautiful results in every sense. And also this access to the critical, the free access to critical writing is also giving it a very good support with plural access and winning points of view. And so you really are doing very smart moves regarding the contents and the survival of the magazine. You are an example for many other cultural projects abroad. So thank you. Now, sorry, Natalia, go on.
Yeah, so maybe I could connect the funding that we get. I can connect with the expansion and searching for more international reach and a language, as I said in the presentation. But We started with the English-French issue that Mikhail talked about. He's starting to attract more and more international authors, which is good for the magazine and for the Bulgarian scene, to have collaboration with international authors. I think our aim is to have more articles translated from Bulgarian to not only English, but also French and Spanish in the new issues of the magazine, but also in the digital platform that I'm going to mention a bit later. And I think one of the important things of Kuklart is that it content tries to align not only with the contemporary scene in Bulgaria, but also with the global puppetry discourse. And we've covered big events, not only like Unima's World Congress, but also the Prague Quadriennale and other big events in the field of puppetry and theater as a whole. So, just a second. I'm going to talk a bit about the digital platform that we developed in 2019. I was already in the team of Kuklart Magazine, and I'm really proud to say that it was a lot of hard work, but we did try and manage to launch a full digital archive in 2019. And since then, we've been trying to upload more and more articles in the actuality section, which is trying to stay up to date with the current premieres and to give platform to young critics to share their voice and opinions. Also, most of them are still in university, so it's a good practice experience. The very important part of the website of the digital platform of Kuklart, I think, is the archive, where I think for now, all of the magazines from the first one till now, till the last year's one, are uploaded. So it's a really great opportunity and easy access to scholars and all types of puppetry professionals to reach the archival content, and it can be useful for their studies, their research, or just for information. So I think right now we're trying to update the English and the French section. It's going a bit slow, but it's also connected to limited staff that works on it, and also on grants that we have to write projects and like win to continue developing the digital platform. And I think Mikhail covered the Act Unima and presentation of our organization in the beginning, so I'm going to give the word to him if he has anything left to say.
I think that we already mentioned a lot of things for Unima Bulgaria, so it's quite the audience quite familiar about that. Just would like to say that it's very hard to make a magazine today. It's very hard to try to keep really high results after what we didn't say that from the very beginning, the magazine was black and white. And we started to do it a full coverage, and till now it's absolutely full coverage inside, which make, as you can imagine, it's make it to cost a lot, because to have a pages like this one, which is full covered, it's cost a lot. So, but as you can imagine, so the quality is on another level. But yeah, the idea is to try to make the things going better and better, and to keep trying to have a really good quality in the end, on the level of the paper, on the level of the covers, on the level of the covers of the magazine, which for us is really important.
Yes, yes, absolutely. We have a few questions, and I think we're good in time, so we can make them. Not to jump so much from what you're saying now. How did you? Okay, first, what are los retos? Adri, help me out with this word. The challenges. Sorry, what are the challenges that are coming now for Kuklart Magazine? Besides money, of course, we know that is like a constant fight to get the money, but what do you envision as the upcoming challenges?
So one of the most important thing for every single magazine is to find writers, to find the really good authors who can contribute the magazine and to be friends of this magazine. It's a special magazine. It's not like a daily one, which give us information on a daily basis. Being a professional magazine with the focus of puppetry, it's really important to find the people who has a style of writing, who has also who love puppetry, because if you don't love puppetry or theater in general, it becomes very worse, the result. So it's not easy to work with the people who don't love to write and who don't love theater. So the one of the biggest challenges is to find the right people to write their stories. The other one, of course, is to have as I told you, we have a lot of festivals, and these festivals, there are more than 10 every years, and it's hard to find the people to be on each of these festivals in Bulgaria. Only one of it's happening in Sofia, in the capital. The other ones are in the different part in the country, and our country is not as small as we think. So there is a lot of place to go, and sometimes it's very hard to find a person who is eligible to go to this festival, to stay 10 days or 12 days over there, to show all these performances, and then to write an essay or an interview, or to write a critical reflection. So this is the second part. And of course, the third part is the problem with the editor-in-chief. He's all the time very busy with a lot of things to do, with a lot of platforms. Since May this year, he's responsible for one more magazine. So there is a huge responsibilities that sometimes it's very hard to mix it. But in the end of the year, when we start to work for the magazine, I think that we stop to do whatever we do right now and fixed and focused on the magazine.
I lost.
Yeah, this is the
Okay,
most of the challenges.
that is excellent. We pray that you get all the strength necessary, and whenever you need volunteers to go to the festivals for 10 days, remember, there's a Mexican over here willing to write about it. So, what can you tell us about the reception of the magazine? We know this has to have a good penetration within the artists, but how do you deal with the distribution? Do you think a lot about the regular audiences that go to the theater? What happens with this, with the audience reception and with the distribution?
Yes, this is also one of the challenges, actually, which we didn't mention. As I told you, the magazine is mostly directed to the people who are in the field of puppetry. So the people who are interested in puppetry and the situation in our puppetry world, they are really keen on the situation, and they contact us, and they can take a magazine or two or whatever. Also, when we talk about the way how it was accepted abroad, we have a lot of compliments coming from the people from the other countries. Every time when we present our magazine during the festivals or whenever in the world, even in the Congress, the people who are part of the country who has their own magazines give us really good compliments about how it looks like the magazine. I mean, how is the quality of the magazine, like a book, like how it was made, which is really good for us to have it. Even the compliments are coming from the Czech Republic, which, as we know, has the oldest puppetry magazine in the world, more than 100 years old. So it's a good compliment to have a applause from them.
Absolutely, absolutely. And allow me to clarify this for the Mexican audience. Y lo voy a decir en español. Mijail se refiere a este congreso que acaba de tener la UNIMA Internacional, que es la Unión Internacional de la Marioneta. Es nuestro gremio artístico que reúne a los titiriteros de todo el mundo. Entonces, recién en mayo, que acaba de pasar, de 2025, hemos tenido una reunión mundial en Corea del Sur, en la ciudad de Chuncheon, que también es una ciudad hermana de los títeres, que tiene una gran tradición, muchos festivales, etcétera. Entonces ahí se ha reunido gente de todo el mundo para trabajar sobre este arte del títere, los derroteros que puedan venir a nivel regional, internacional. Y pues ahí justamente fue la presentación de Mijael nos presentó esta revista y presentamos otras, la Uni Magazine, la hoja titiritera, en fin, muchos esfuerzos editoriales alrededor del mundo y créanme que realmente visualmente, en contenido, en esfuerzo, la revista de Kuklart se llevó muchísimos aplausos. So just told them a little bit about our Congress and the editorial efforts over there and the recognition given to all of these parts. So I would like to know a little bit more about the selection of contents, because we know it is difficult to find good writers, but as you said, many people having like this freedom of access, I am sure they are constantly sending you material. So how do you determine which contents get to the magazine or not? And also, this is a second question, how do you select the artist to design the covers? That's two separate questions, but
Yes, I will start from the second one. It's really hard every single year to choose a graphic design for the covers because there's a lot of illustrators. All of them, they are really awarded from the book fairs in Bologna and from all really important book fairs in the world. So it's really hard to choose which one to be for the next cover. But of course, we have a executive committee in our Unima Bulgaria organization. What we didn't say is that Kuklart Magazine, it's actually part of Unima Bulgaria. So Unima Bulgaria is the one who has the rights to publish Kuklart, so they're absolutely linked. And according to your first question, it's a very interesting question. And I think that it's a little bit easy for us because we have a very strong content, like a very fixed section. And when we have this fixed section, it's easy for us to know who is specialist in which section. So we know who can make a really good interview, who can ask a really good questions to the let's say, some important persons in the field of puppetry. We know who will be part of which festivals in Bulgaria, so we can ask him before to go there. She or he will be accept our invitation to write about this festival. So with the festival section, it's like that. I think that the most difficult part is the first one, which was theory, history, experience, and controversy. When we have adopts which information, which article to be translated in Bulgaria, from which country, from which language. So this is the place where we struggle every time, because we are looking for the really interesting information. And maybe here is the place to invite the people who are listening right now, even people from Mexico, to, if they are really have good stories related to the puppetry, they are very welcome to participate in the next edition of Kuklart, especially in this section.
That sounds excellent. We truly need to foster the growth of scholars and academic activity. That is our challenge right now in not only in Mexico but in general in Latin America, to foster the growth of critics, of writers that, as you just said, love not only theater but puppetry, and I think that this is a very interesting platform that you are offering now that will motivate a lot of people, I am very sure. And well, finally, Michael, Natalia, how do you think this magazine can inspire, or do you think how this magazine can inspire other generations to continue this important work? Because I believe the inspiration is given, but will they be up to the challenge? What do you think about the future of many years on from here?
Well, I truly hope so because it's managed to inspire me in a way since I was in the second year at the university, which is like, for me, it's pretty early to make a decision that you're going to focus on puppetry and develop your skills in this type of writing. But I think there are a lot of young people who need to be properly addressed through the things that we do, the things that we publish, and how we make it public. So I think Kuklart is in the right path for it to inspire and influence the young critics and young authors to publish their texts in its magazine, and also to focus more on puppetry, on research, not only on critical articles. So I think Kuklart's in the right way.
Absolutely, absolutely, and certainly all the work you do in your theater, in the magazines, in the network of theaters in Bulgaria is giving fantastic results. I hope that from here on we have a much more close information, maybe collaborations, but certainly knowing your world and you getting to know a bit of ours is going to be very interesting to nurture all these artistical activities. So, can you tell us, I don't know, any closing statement you want to share with us?
I just would like to thanks again to you, to Adriana, to the people who are invite us to be part of the book fair in Puebla. I really hope that one day we can have a chance to present the new edition of Kuklart live on your stage, and hope to see you in Bulgaria one day too.
Thank you, Mikhail. Natalia?
Thank you very much for the opportunity. And as Mikhail said, we'll gladly have you in Bulgaria on whichever festival you choose to come to. And we'd love to join you someday in Mexico as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. You'll be among the first on the list. And allow me to say that it has been a pleasure for us to receive this very complete, very beautifully presented information, just like your magazine. I just want to invite our readers to reach out to the Bulgarian magazine, because it's not only published in Bulgarian, of course, but just as this edition was published bilingually in French and English, there is a segment of the Kuklart magazine that is written in English, so we can all access it. I also want to clarify to our audiences that the new issue of the magazine, the one, the orange one that Mikhail presented to us, is not available yet, because that's another distribution strategy. That if you want the real good news, the fresher news, then you can buy the magazine. But after a year, then that magazine becomes part of the repository. So you can go and consult and have a free, very important, and we're grateful for that, a free access to the repertoire of magazines that Kuklart, Mikhail, Natalia, and all that fantastic team have arranged for us. So thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. Adri, I want to yield you the honor of closing this series that has been so nice.
Muchas gracias, Mijail, Natalia. Sin duda, un panorama bastante amplio del fantástico trabajo que están haciendo en Bulgaria. Sin duda, también este tipo de ejercicios nos sirven para generar modelos que podamos vincular con otros países, ¿no? Este tipo de diálogos nos sirven también para estrechar lazos. Y desde luego que sería maravilloso contar con una colaboración más cercana con ustedes, Mijail, Natalia. Esperemos que el próximo año podamos contar con esta oportunidad, pero muchas gracias por su presencia. Nuevamente felicitaciones por el excelente trabajo que están haciendo con la revista, que no es un trabajo fácil, como nos mencionaba Mijail, pasar de una versión en blanco y negro a este maravilloso ejemplar con estas hermosísimas ilustraciones, un trabajo artístico fenomenal de los ilustradores búlgaros. No es una tarea fácil. Entonces creo que es importante dar a conocer y reconocer el trabajo detrás de este tipo de proyectos. A todas aquellas personas que nos están siguiendo en esta transmisión, les agradecemos también por su presencia y los invitamos a continuar con nosotros, porque todavía tenemos más charlas, más discusiones y presentaciones de libros dentro de estas jornadas en torno al arte del títere, dramaturgia, divulgación y memoria. Así que continuaremos nuevamente presentando otros proyectos, pero muchas gracias, Mijail, muchas gracias, Natalia, y muchas gracias a Susi también por esta interlocución.
Gracias también al Instituto Municipal de Arte y Cultura de Puebla, que nos abre este espacio.
Muchas gracias.
Hasta pronto.
Gobierno de la Ciudad. Puebla, la capital imparable.